Time now for an in-depth look at the market news this afternoon, and for that I'm joined on the line by Dr. Kim Young-han, professor of economics at Sungkyunkwan University. Professor Kim, good to see you again. Thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, on Wall Street, we're coming off a long losing streak for U.S. stocks. Finally, a bounce back on Wednesday. The Dow was up almost 1.9%, and tech shares on the Nasdaq up a little over 2% as Treasury yields come down. What's the story in the global markets?
Well, there has been increasing market concerns about the new policies adopted, actually committed by new British Prime Minister Liz Truss, including big, huge tax cuts and expansionary fiscal policy, trying to imitate so-called Reaganomics. But almost every professional economist has deeply worried that kind of approach might actually destabilize the British economy. Among those kind of increasing worries, actually, Bank of England has announced that it will buy back government bond mainly to stabilize its financial market. And also, after that announcement, the British market have responded with a big relief with increasing financial trends of financial stabilizations with the lower the bond yields and also British pound recovering a little bit. So that kind of development has been reflected in U.S. stock market. And since all those poor performance in U.S. stock market was mainly driven by the policies of U.S. high interest rate, that development in UK market has kind of committed a big enough influence on U.S. market to recover.
Well, today in Korea, we had a similar move by the government buying back bonds, but also a bounce back for stocks at the start of the session. Those gains were given up, though, almost completely by the end. The KOSPI in positive territory for the session by just 0.8%, net buying only by foreign investors. Tell us about the domestic market.
Yes, as it described, there has been rough kind of volatility in Korean market today. And yes, at the starting kind of moment of this Korean stock market, yes, again, the foreign market trends in U.S. and UK has played a big role. But when we consider general kind of so-called economic fundamentals here in South Korea, increasing kind of a trade deficit and also deteriorating current account, all those data has worked as kind of another strong barrier preventing real kind of a big or satisfactory market recovery in Korean stock market.
Yes, indeed. And finally, Professor, the situation with the Korean currency behind much of these problems seems to be getting worse and worse. Some are now saying the exchange rate for the U.S. dollar to the Korean won, now at about 1440 to the U.S. dollar, could get as high as 1700 by the end of this year. An incredible figure considering during the global financial crisis it only got up to about 1550. But in any case, the general forecast is that it will keep rising for the next few months. What do you see happening with the Korean currency?
Well, when you look at the kind of foreign exchange market globally, we can say not just Korean won currency is depreciating these days. We can say almost all currencies except U.S. dollars are sharply depreciating. So in this context, I think that the real issue we need to pay attention would be how Korean government respond to the possible speculative attack in Korean foreign exchange market. And what really matters is that, say, Korean currency authorities, Korean government, should send strong enough policy signal to the speculative attack that Korean government will take every necessary actions to fight back against the possible speculative attack in foreign exchange market, which already has started influence Korean exchange market a lot. So, but till now, we can say Korean government response has not been really, it cannot be interpreted as a kind of satisfactory or strong enough. So I think from now on, I think the Korean government should make much more effort to send out very strong policy messages to possible speculative attack in Korean foreign exchange market.
Right. We've been waiting and waiting to see if a currency swap would materialize with the U.S. Of course, it has not, unlike it was rather forthcoming with that back in 2009, but not this time, not yet. Professor Kim, we'll have to leave it there for today. Thank you for coming on the program. We really appreciate your insights.
Thank you.